There is another GOAT in the Last Dance documentary series not named Michael Jordan. Phil Jackson is without question the best coach in the history of the NBA. Even though he has 11 rings as a coach and another one as a player, by the way, some people argue about how good Phil Jackson actually is as a coach because, to be honest with you, he's never won a championship without the best player in the world on his team. See, but to me, that makes it all the more impressive because it takes a different kind of coach to win with those kind of players. And I know that sounds stupid. I know it sounds ridiculous. But Phil Jackson is not a coach like, example I'll use will be like George Karl or even Flip Saunders, right, for the Wolves when he was there. These are coaches that X's and O's know what they're doing, and they know how to get the best out of lesser talent. But that was never Phil Jackson's case, and quite honestly, he never really got the opportunity for that. So I don't really know how good Phil Jackson would have been with worse teams. But the point is, he had good teams and he made them great. And I think it's not about X's and O's, even though I think Phil Jackson understands basketball a whole lot better than me and you. But it wasn't about X's and O's. It wasn't just Phil Jackson's great basketball mind that made his players better. Why Phil Jackson is the GOAT and why he was able to win those championships is because he was able to manage all those individuals and make them play as a team. You watch The Last Dance and you see the personalities that he had to, and the egos that he had to deal with. That was impressive. The way that he handled Michael Jordan's ego and that ginormous chip on his shoulder and how everybody that he ever met offended him. Scottie Pippen, how did he get a guy as talented as Scottie Pippen to play Robin to Jordan's Batman for as long as he did? And I haven't even mentioned Dennis Rodman yet, who, by the way, is the craziest personality in the history of basketball, maybe in the history of sports. This is a guy who skipped practice during the finals to go appear on WrestleMania. Like, what in the heck? But he was able to get the most out of Dennis Rodman, and he was able to, and here's the key, he didn't treat everybody equal. A lot of people think and say that good leadership should treat everyone equal, right? Nobody is above the rules. Everybody needs to fall in line. Everybody needs to do this. This is the way I lead. Fall in line. Do what I tell you to do. But the key to Phil Jackson's success and the reason that he is the GOAT is because he didn't treat people equal. He understood that he had to let Jordan act this way and have this ego. And you know what? He treated Dennis Rodman different. There's a lot of coaches that would not have let Dennis Rodman go to Vegas for 48 hours in the middle of the season. There's a lot of coaches who would have benched Dennis Rodman in the finals because he skipped practice to go to WrestleMania. But Phil Jackson, and I'm not saying that that people that are talented can get away with whatever, but you need to treat people differently. Everybody is unique. Everybody's an individual. We all have different strengths and weaknesses and personalities, and you have to treat people. You have to work with people the way that works for them. Something that might motivate one person will do nothing but motivate the other person to quit, right? Whether you're yelling at people over here or you have to be encouraging to these people over here, you have to understand everybody differently. A great leader cannot treat everyone the same. This is the point of my video. If you want to be a leader, I'm talking about a leader in your family, right? Husband, wife, kids, whatever your leadership responsibilities are in your family, in your community, at your church, at your job. Maybe you are a boss, maybe you have employees under you, maybe you don't. Leadership is not about treating everyone equally. The best kind of leadership is about understanding the individuals and working with them the way that best works for them, right? When I was in San Diego at our church out there, I got hired on to do a role part-time. When you get hired on at that church, they make everyone take a personality test. Not to see if your personality is the right personality to work at the church, but because they give the results to you to understand yourself, but also to your superior, your boss, so that your boss understands you and how you work best. I think that's fantastic. I haven't seen that in a lot of other places where they take the time to know you personally, what motivates you. And a personality test is great, but I mean, even better is getting to know people. I mean, I think it's a great place to start to take the personality test. And to me, it shows the willingness to do that. But the next level is really getting to know people. Get to know them, understand why they are the way they are. To lead people, you got to get to know the people you're leading.